You're listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dale. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, episode number 262. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
And we're coming to you the day after the Leafs beat the Bruins. Mitch Marner, overtime goal. Boston. Man, that sounds familiar. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Almost familiar. Yeah, overtime Mitch Marner, overtime goal Boston. What a crazy week, right? Like just less than a week later, they're back in. Well, Mitch is back in Beantown, and yeah, it was not looking good. Like it was absolute a pile of steaming dog shit for the majority of that hockey game. Like they were just, how would you describe it? They were asleep. Yeah. Like not even remotely interested in doing the necessary things to not even win that hockey game, but even be in it. How the fuck did they sneak out of there with a 5-4 win? The Bruins blew a 3-0 lead.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting for their lives. How did that happen? How did that happen?
I don't know. And to be perfectly honest, I wasn't surprised that's how they came out. I was like, oh, third game in 4 nights, the whole coming back from the Four Nations face off.
Yeah.
I thought this game was going to be a loss. And they came out and I'm like, yeah, this is how they're going to play. But somehow, some way they snuck out a win.
I wasn't thinking loss for sure, because like let's just be honest, the Bruins.
You thought they were going to come out, and I thought they were going to come out and play like shit.
I wasn't sure. Like the Bruins aren't like what they once were, right? Like I mean, not even close. So I thought it's not the big bad Bruins anymore. It's just not. Got a little chippy at times last night, but it's not like you take Chara out and Bergevin's not there anymore and whatever. It's the Pastrnak Marchand show, and that's it. Like the 2 other top defensemen are out. Swayman is just okay. Like he's not the same guy he was in the past. He signs the big ticket and then he's just kind of like, whatever. We'll see what happens, right? But like I don't know. It's just there's just something different about the Bruins. But I don't know. Like I'm just surprised that like the Bruins had that game in complete control. Like complete control. And the Leafs just didn't look interested at all. But here's one. They pop another one. Oh, fuck, let's tie it up. And then all of a sudden it's like in overtime and the Mitch Marner show. Like, well, it was the Anthony Stolar show. Let's be serious. But we'll get to him and a bunch of other stuff. Anything from you right off the top? Because I there's going to be a bit of a theme here for me tonight. And the theme is going to be, this is a serious problem. This could be a serious problem. Okay. Like, not to put a negative spin on things, but there's going to be a few things here where like I'm going to have a reoccurring theme. There's going to be some positive stuff, but a bit of a reoccurring theme that for me will be, this is a serious problem, or this could be a serious problem.
This is a symptom of something that could be more serious. Is that what you're saying?
Well, for sure. Not you'll see. Not that specifically. Like you'll see as we get going here. But anything else from you off the top before we kind of start digging into it a little deeper?
Let's dig deep. Let's go very deep.
Okay. So big OT comeback win by the Leafs, down 3-0. Like I said off the top, they ended up winning it 5-4 in overtime. But let's be clear here. Like, did they deserve that to win that hockey game? No. I would say no. But win's a win. So what are you going to do? We'll get to some of the secondary stuff and Stolars. We're going to get to some other things too. Obviously, Tanev, whatever. But I think let's start positive here. Let's start positive before I start getting into this could be a serious problem.
Positive Wednesday.
Well, you touched off the top. Mitch Marner. Why don't you lead the way on just like 4-point night, 2 goals?
Well, did
he get a help or 2 or no? No, I think he just had the 2 goals. The 2 goals.
I was going to say last podcast, but then we got into the trade discussion and time ran out. But one thing I did want to talk about in the last podcast was coming off the Four Nations like, how would this affect Marner? And like, of course, he didn't play very good on the weekend. No, I don't think anybody that played in that Canada-US game on Thursday played good on the weekend.
No. Well, he's the only one to finally, out of the three of
Well,
them,
I think Hagel.
none of them.
No. But I just mean like on both teams.
Oh, I
like,
meant
there was
sorry.
just a lot of like a
I
couple
just-
guys had goals and stuff. But for Mitch and his confidence, I was like, could we see Mitch like contract year?
Yeah.
He's part of one of the biggest goals in Canadian hockey history, really, because of all the shit that was going on when that game got played. Could this boost his confidence and we just see like a different Mitch? And I swear to God, man, when he scored that goal last night, I was like,
Which one?
the overtime winner. When he got the overtime
yeah.
winner, I'm like, this could be Mitch's year.
Yeah.
Like, Austin, great. You're a great player, best player on the team. But I think Mitch could carry this team. Like, I think he is just on a high right now. His confidence through the roof.
Right now, as we currently how things are going, and I'm going to get into Austin here too. I don't think Austin is the best player on the team right now. He's not playing like it.
No, but technically, like on paper, you would say Austin Matthews best player on the team.
Of course.
Right. But I'm just saying Mitch Marner, like he's doing everything, man.
I know. And like you can clearly tell Berube, like I think Nyes is high up there as far as
he loves Matthew Nyes.
But I think Mitch is probably above. Above. Like every situation possible, Mitch Marner is out there. And I didn't love everything of Mitch's games last night. Like they're down 3-0 and he's making drop passes between his fucking legs at the blue line. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like,
but I mean,
try to get a dirty one here, but then he just totally redeems himself. And like the power play goal in the third period was an awesome goal. But I mean, and obviously the overtime winner, huge save at one end or whatever. And then Mitch comes down and like settles the bouncing puck and makes an incredible fucking move. It reminded me of a play. There was a similar goal he scored several playoffs ago in Boston. I don't know if you remember. It was almost an identical situation where he had a breakaway, deked the goalie, scored. It was awesome. But anyway, what a goal. What a night. And he was, I think like
the one play where he dropped it back and kicked it from his skate behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, just to have the confidence to start pulling that shit.
But what was the score at that time?
I think it was 3-3 when he did that, or 3-2, or maybe it was 4-3 Boston. It was late in the game, but at the same time, I just feel like this guy's walking around on cloud 9 right now, man.
It's like that's a crazy move to pull out when you're either behind, like if you're trailing in a game.
It's crazy to what?
It's crazy to pull out. That is a crazy move to pull out.
Oh, it is. It is a crazy move to pull out. It is at his age, and he's married and everything. Crazy
I know.
Move.
Well, he doesn't pull out very often, so rumor has it. But I just think that's the wrong time to be pulling out that type of maneuver at that time in the game. It's just not the right play. Anyway. No, but I think you're right. For a guy that's already extremely like oozing with confidence, like this kid's not hurting for confidence. But just the Four Nations, and now he's coming into the tail end of a contract year, like gearing up for the playoffs. Who knows? Like so you're saying you expect big things from Mitch down the stretch here, and really more importantly, just in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, like I think whatever happened in that tournament boosted his confidence. Just the way he looks, and also it's a contract year. He does not have a contract for next year. You're going to say, I just have this feeling, man. I have a feeling that Mitch is going to do something special this year.
Funny what winning and also like being directly involved with winning can do for your confidence, I guess, right?
Well, and just the way people look at you.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, because he makes that pass to McDavid in overtime, we're all kind of looking at Mitch like, oh, maybe Mitch isn't the problem. Mitch can win. Austin, we're all still kind of looking at Matthews like, well, he couldn't score in overtime. That's kind of same old. I'm
going to him here. I want to spend a good little bit here. But last thing on Mitch, unless you got anything else, did you see the little clip online where short little clip, John Cooper, it's in overtime. Cooper's behind the bench and he says,
Marner, McDavid.
Yes. No, but right before that, he says, someone go out there and put it in the fucking net.
No,
Or
he
shoot
says,
it in the fucking
he
net.
says, someone be selfish and put it in the net.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he goes, yeah, McDavid, Marner, go get it. And that was the
And they
shit
did.
right there. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome to see that clip. But anything else on Mitch, or we'll move on to
No. Just I have a gut feeling this kid, he's not a kid anymore. I have a feeling Mitch is something big's gonna happen in the playoffs. Marner's gonna be a part of it.
okay. Wouldn't be surprised, which would be not my usual take on this podcast, but I could see it happening. So we'll see. Remains to be seen, though. We'll see. But this could be a serious problem, or we got a serious problem here. It's Austin Matthews here. Here's where I'm at. I'm going to go point blank here. You might think that I'm off the radar here or whatever, but I'm going to give you my take right here. And then you can either be like, Dale, you're crazy, or yes, that's what they should do.
Pull it out.
I don't know. I don't like to do that. I don't like to pull it out like that, especially at times like this, but I have no choice here, folks. No choice.
Nothing he can do.
I have been left with no choice. The play of this guy. I'm sorry, guys. Shut him down. Shut him down. Take it. Send him to Germany.
He's hurt?
Send him to Germany. Send him back to Germany. Whatever you need to fucking do. LTIR until the first fucking game 1. And then we can talk about really getting the pieces we need to fucking win. Vegas has done it. Tampa's done it. Why not our fucking turn? Shut him down. Send him to Germany. Get him on a bird to fucking Germany. Maybe keep him for the next couple games, or like one game left before the trade deadline. See if he can get anything figured out. But there's my take, Chad. What do you think?
I mean, you've been knocking on this door all season, trying to get them to shut Matthews down. He didn't play the one game in the Four Nations. He hasn't scored on a goalie in 10 games,
which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. He just doesn't look the same. You know what I mean? Even hitting wise, like, I know we don't think of Matthews as a big hitter, but if you watch the games, he's not afraid to get in there and use his body for possession of the puck. He's kind of shying away from that. I don't know if it's shoulder, wrist, something, but it's up to him, right?
Combination of everything. Well, it shouldn't be up to him, I don't think, at this point. If I'm management, I'm stepping in and I'm saying, look, we've talked about this when he was hurt before, and it's like, what's he doing? He's going through the motions out there. He's doing nothing to help the team win. Nothing. So, like, if I'm management, I'm like, we can't do what we ultimately want to do in the spring if this is the guy we're trotting out there. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
He needs to be like, Edmonton's lost 3 games in a row coming out of the Four Nations. Toronto's won 3 games in a row coming out of the Four Nations. But I was flipping back and forth a bit last night. Like, Edmonton was playing as well, Tampa Bay. And like McDavid and Draisaitl, like, they lost, but they still looked like not like Austin Matthews. Let's just say that.
But they haven't, I mean, they didn't look good on the weekend.
No, they didn't.
McDavid's what is he? Minus 11?
No, he hasn't played great since coming back, but he was still very noticeable. I guess that's what I was
saying. Yeah.
What I'm like, he's still little snake bitten and whatever. I guess you could say that about Austin too, but Austin isn't really that noticeable.
He doesn't look like his head's into it.
No, it doesn't. He's not ripping it. He's not like, I don't know, name anything that he used to do that he's doing. Like,
what? I can't really remember. Was he doing it before the Four Nations? Like, I know
he was starting to. He was starting to. Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe playing in the Four Nations and the whole way it went down for him, if that's kind of affecting his mental game coming into this.
It up, dude.
But I think it's something more than that, because he didn't play in the third game.
He's the highest paid player in the league, in the history of the league. Like,
and you know what? He was good in the final game in the Four Nations. Sure. He didn't score, but he was really good in that game.
Sure.
But since he's come back, he's not even, he's just not into it.
No. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think he's hurt. But like, that's my only conclusion. Either he's hurt or he's being a pussy about it, and he's just like, still not over losing, which is it is a huge loss.
Okay,
It is
fair.
huge to have that many chances in overtime where you
Okay.
could have been the fucking king of the US and you
Yeah.
don't get it done.
Okay, but do you shut him down? Do you send him back to Germany and do like an executive decision on the behalf of the team? Sorry, Austin, maybe you want to be playing, but we have higher aspirations in the spring. So guess what? LTIR, we'll see you in April, bud. Like, go
It's
get
funny,
it. Go get it figured the fuck out, because this ain't cutting it. This is not what the Leafs can't win with him looking like that. They can't.
I know. I saw a post and it was Vegas. It was a parody account of Vegas, and they're like, "Oh, we just have to media release that Mark Stone has hurt his shoulder lifting the Four Nations Cup. He will be out until game 1 of the playoffs," because that's what they fucking do. It was a joke, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do that.
A joke for now until it's not a joke midway through next week.
Yeah.
When he miraculously something happens to Eichel or Stone, and that's exactly what I wouldn't be surprised at all if Vegas does that. The Leafs need to take a page out of their book.
I mean, shutting Matthews, really, what has he got to play for this year other than winning? He's not going to win any scoring titles this year. His points don't really matter.
No. Other than winning.
That's it.
He's still going to have a 30-goal season, which is good for considering he's played like garbage. So get your 30 goals, rest the fuck up for the next month or so, and that's it. Just be ready come the first round. That's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. So I'm team shut him down. And
he could not play. He could not play from here on out, score the game winner in game 7 in round 1 or win round 2 and be a beast.
That's it.
We would never think about the time off.
That's it, man. You imagine having that $13 million fucking dollars available for, you want to bring in Braden Shen and Scott Lawton and Luke Shen and Periaco? Like, maybe you can fucking be in on all 4 if you're willing to pay the price, because it just opens up like so much fucking money. I don't know. I just would like to see them take a ballsy stand on Austin. Like, do you think Austin, he knows it too? He knows he's not playing well. He knows he's banged up or whatever's. So do you think he's really going to care if he's like, okay, we are getting closer to the springtime? Like, yeah, I will shut it down. I'll shut it down. And I promise you guys like that I'll be ready to go for game fucking 1. What's wrong with that? Do you think he would even be opposed to that? Like, what's wrong? What's even wrong with that?
Well, I mean, I think every professional athlete wants to, I shouldn't say that. Every professional hockey player wants to play.
It's only a month.
I know.
Like,
I'm just saying it would probably be tough if he could play to get him to like not play. I don't know how those other teams do it. Like, I don't know how Tampa, Chicago, Vegas over the years have got their star players to just sit it out for weeks and come back for the playoffs. But maybe someone needs to have that talk with Austin Matthews, especially the trade deadline's Friday, right?
Next Friday.
That's what I mean. Next Friday.
The 7th, March 7th, Friday, March 7th. So anyway,
if you're going to do it.
Yeah, we're getting close. You got to do it now. All right, guys. Anyway, we'll see what ends up happening there. Here at the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, we've partnered up with the Hockey Podcast Network and DraftKings. Going to tell you a little bit about that right now. Might not feel like it. We were just talking about it, but spring is right around the corner. Know how you can tell? Golfers are hitting the links, and we have some tournaments to talk about. And if you want to do more than just talk, put your money where your mouth is. Get in on all the tee to green action with DraftKings Sportsbook. From Thursday's opening round through the closing round Sunday, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with tournament props, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. If you've never bet on golf before, it's easier than you think. Just pick something simple to start off with, like a golfer to win the tourney, and make your pick. It's just that easy. Whether you want to bet on golf, NHL hockey, spring training baseball is here now, NBA games, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Here's something special for first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
That's right.
Head on over to DraftKings, make some bets, get some bonus cash, and
Don't forget, while you're gambling, if you get ahead, pull out. All right? Because you know what happens? Then you just blow it all in there. And you don't want that. You got to pull out.
Yeah. My least favorite thing to do, but I hear what you're saying.
You know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, so before I get back into the this could be a serious problem, kind of flipping back and forth here.
What's the next serious problem?
No, I'm gonna go to not one. So we did Mitch.
Okay.
Mitch, not a serious problem. Austin, serious problem. Now I'm gonna hit you with another not so serious, and then I got one more, maybe one or two more serious problem. But we're floating along here pretty quicker than I thought we were going to. So I'm gonna try to go a little quicker.
That's all right.
Goaltending, Stolarz, awesome. So since it's been in rotation now, since Four Nations was over, it's like Stolarz, Wall, Stolarz, they're 3-0. I imagine they're going to play Wall against the Rangers on Thursday night, Friday night, Thursday night, Friday night. I think it's Friday. And anyway, my question to you is goalie rotation going forward. Is that what we're looking at here? Win or lose, as long as you play well and give the team a chance, it's Stolarz and it's Wall every night. Just that's it. Like the rest of the way through. We can talk about the playoffs later, but is that where you think this is going?
Yep.
Like you don't run one guy if he starts getting hot.
No.
Okay. I like that. I'm 100% the same because I think it keeps them both. Okay. Well, do you want to talk about, I was going to save this for another podcast, but let's just sneak it in here quick. How about, okay, so for sure do that rotation for the rest of the regular season. What about the playoffs? If it works from now until the middle of April.
There's no way Berube's rotating goalies in the playoffs.
Why not?
Because he's not. He's an old school, just like Cooper rode Binnington in the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah.
Even though after the Sweden game, everyone was like, you should probably go to Hill. Binnington didn't look that good. Berube's got that old mentality. One guy takes the reins. Joseph Wall will start. Win or lose, he'll play game one, and he'll play game two.
For that, what makes you say that?
I just think that's how Berube will go about it.
No, but specifically Wall, though.
Oh, it'll be Joseph Wall.
Okay, I'm not convinced of that.
Okay, well, if it's Stolarz, whoever he picks, that'll be his guy. I think it'll be Joseph Wall. The only time you've really rode Stolarz this year, he got pebble in his knees.
I know, but the pebbles are out. Pebbles are out, man. So here's where I'm at with this. Tell me, so I guess you don't agree, but I do kind of disagree with you on this one. So like I'm definitely doing the rotation the rest of the way here, and I'm being a little unorthodox come playoffs. If it works the rest of the way, like you're not going to win every game, I understand that, but if it works the rest of the way, they both stay healthy, they're both playing good, they're both giving they're giving the team a chance to win every night. Why not at least contemplate bringing it to the playoffs? Because two things. Number one, it keeps them both fresh and it keeps them both healthy.
It just won't last.
But you don't. Okay, so you think both of these guys potentially can go every other night for 16 wins for 2 months?
Boston tried it last year against the Leafs.
Not really, though.
But I mean, all season they went back and forth. And when they got to the playoffs, they were like, we're going to do the same thing. How long that lasts?
No, because they played Swayman the first two games, and then when they went home, I think they played Allmark, and he lost, and then they just went with Swayman. So they didn't really do. I'm talking like let's say Wall plays game one. Just say win or lose, Stolarz plays game two. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't see that in the regular season. Yeah, fine. I don't see that happening in the playoffs. Okay. I just think Berube's sort of an old school coach. Like I just think his mentality will be, I got to ride a guy, just like you saw in the Four Nations. Like, but are you picked a guy and he was like, that's my guy.
You're probably right. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, would you be opposed to it though? Like trying a different, like, would you be opposed to it?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I know that at the time, like if let's say Stolarz started game one and he gets a shutout. He gets 45 save shutout. Just unreal. Leafs win game one. And they go to Wall in game two. I'd probably be a little pissed. I'd be like, and then Wall loses game two. Everyone would be like, oh, fuck.
But what if he wins and he gets a shutout too?
I know, but I'm just saying.
The competitive juices. we've got the competitive juices would be
Yeah, that's
flying.
true.
Would be flying.
That's true.
They would not be pulling out.
No, but if I'm just saying, like, I know myself, the way I think is that if that happened, I would be like, you got to play him again.
Okay.
Not in the regular season. I wouldn't really care, but in the playoffs, I'd be like, he's hot. Play him. We need 3 more wins. Play him.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, we'll see. We'll move on.
I'm not against it. I'm totally not against it.
Okay. Okay.
Like when you got 2 goalies like Wall and Stolarz, I'm not against it.
Yeah, no. How could you be? Okay. Anyway, we'll see. I want a couple, like 5 or 10 minutes left. I still a couple things I want to get to. Tanev, obviously, I'm back to this. Is a serious problem. Now we don't know for sure what's going on here. Mark Masters saw him leaving the arena last night, arm in a sling. They had an optional practice today. Basically, everybody took the.
It's
the
not
day.
serious.
Okay, well, here's what it was. Do you know what they said it was?
What?
Day to day. No, day to day.
Oh God.
Did you not hear that?
Yeah. I heard he's gonna miss Friday.
Not gonna. So day to day,
He's probably not gonna play Saturday either.
They don't play Saturday this week, but they got a back-to-back Sunday and Monday, I think.
Okay, so sorry. Fridays he won't play. He won't play Sunday.
But when you hear day to day, when you probably a separated shoulder, maybe not, maybe something else. I don't know. It didn't look great.
When the Leafs say day to day, it's 6 months.
It's never been more. They've never said day to day, and it's actually been day to day. Every time they've said day to day this year, it's been minimum weeks, minimum.
Yeah, true.
So why come out with this day to day shit? Like,
well, did you even see the play? What happened?
I saw that he got hit in the corner. It looked very mild, but you never know.
Was it that the mild hit in the corner? That's what did it.
Stolarz played like he put the puck in the corner, like a routine play, and like Tanev went to get it, and he just got hit in the boards, and it just something happened. Like either his shoulder got separated, or it could have been a rib, or his ribs, or who knows.
But I'll say this to you: if you could pick a guy on this team who you believe day to day would actually be day to day because he's tough as nails and he'll be back, it's probably Tanev.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if I would do that here though, because like he's such a huge like the penalty kill, and like again, like here's a guy like playoff hopes and aspirations. Like you need him at 100%. So I would not be rushing this at all. Like I would basically just be like, stay home. He's on the road trip. Well, they're going back home for a game this next week, I think, for one game before they're back out on the road again. Their schedule is ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous. They're going out west next week. Like
it is ridiculous, but the stats guys gave them the easiest schedule.
Well, I'm just talking. I'm not talking the team. I'm not talking the travel. Yeah,
the travel and the back-to-backs and shit is crazy. Like the 3 games, 4 nights, they got so many games.
I'm not.
I guess everybody does, right?
I'm not talking about like the quality of the opponents. It's just like they're out for 3 or 4 games. They're home for one night, and then they're back out again for 3 or 4 fucking games. It's like I don't know. It's
that's what happens when you shut your league down for 10 days.
So the Tanev thing, not that you're not that concerned about it?
No, I mean until until they say if they come out and they're like we're putting him on IR, where it's the 7-day minimum, not LTIR, just IR.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, shit, it's serious.
Right.
But I'll take their word for it day to day.
Not me.
I know, and I shouldn't, but I like it.
I just don't
like the way you lie.
Yeah. Not for me. This is like, I hope it's nothing concerning, but like he could be he could wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden something else is like off or like something changed and who knows, but I don't know. We'll see. He's
got to pull out for a few days.
Yeah, but for sure. He does not like to do that.
No.
Very serious problem though. Like this would be the most serious problem for me is that because I think he's their best defenseman. So hopefully nothing long-term. We'll see. Fingers crossed that it actually is just day to day. But again, there's a lot of time here before the playoffs start. As long as he's healthy for when it really counts, that's all that matters. Hopefully he should be fine. We don't really have to touch on this. I'll just throw it in towards the end. Nylander, and what do you think? Anything? No update there, but he didn't play in overtime. He was kind of touching his wrist a little bit on, like, is that a guy that should have, like, he pulled out? He pulled out. Is that a guy? Or maybe Berube pulled him out. pulled out for him.
Like made him pull out?
Made him pull out. Made him
Yeah.
pull out. What do you think? Is that like, I didn't see anything that happened, like slash and whack and hack and whatever, but all of a sudden he didn't get a shift in overtime and he's like sitting on the bench holding his wrist,
Yeah.
pulling out. What do you
Pulling
think?
out.
What do you think? No update today.
Willie's not like, he's pretty dependable, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't miss a whole lot of games.
No,
I would-
except for when the playoffs start and he can't play because he's
Well,
got headaches and
that was
shit.
one time.
Oh, I know.
The
Yeah,
last
that's
year.
true. That's true.
I would say I'm not worried about it until I hear it. It didn't look good, him sitting on the bench with no glove on holding his wrist. Like, that's not a good thing.
No, he has not played very well recently, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know what's going on with that cat either, but he didn't play great at the Four Nations, and he sure as hell has not played great since he's come back.
No, he's been pretty bad.
I don't know.
I said a
Maybe-
couple good plays, but yeah, he's been pretty
But
bad.
maybe he's dealing with something too, and they're just not saying it. Like maybe that was a re-aggravation or something. Like, I don't know. But not concerned.
No, I'm not concerned. It's so weird, eh? Some guys pulling out, some guys just won't pull out.
I know, it's crazy. We'll just wrap it up here quick with a couple things. Again, I had some other stuff. We'll save it for next time. Riley, when Tanev left the game, stepped up a bit. I think he had 4 helpers or a goal.
He was good last night. He was really good last
night. He might have had a goal and a goal and 2 assists or something like that. 4-point night anyway, or 3-point night potentially. His 500th point as a Leaf is where I'm trying to get at. 3rd all time, only behind Salming for defensemen. Sorry, 3rd all time, only behind Salming. And do you know who is number 2 on that list? D, all time points for the Leafs.
Like all the points as a Leaf.
I believe I'm just talking about
assists.
No, for defensemen. All-time points for defensemen. Salming 1.
Is it somebody old, somebody new?
Newer, like within our lifetime. Like we both watched this guy play a lot.
Okay. Was he good?
Yeah. Was never my favorite guy, but like he was good. Yeah, for sure. The numbers show that he was awesome, considering he's 2nd all time amongst defensemen for the Leafs.
Oh God, I
still lives in the area, owns a restaurant. Met his wife from Toronto, still lives up there. It's Caberlet, man. It's Caberlet.
I was gonna say Caberlet, but then you got me thinking Phaneuf when you said that.
Oh God, no! Come on.
I don't know why I was gonna say Caberlet, but then when you were talking about his wife in Toronto, I was
Dion doesn't live in the area. They're
I don't
California. They're California bound, dude. Those guys. Cuthbert and
I thought you were gonna throw me a curveball.
Talk about pulling out though. Way to get that, sneak that one in there. I like that. There would be no pulling out. There would be no pulling out.
I don't even think I've seen Caberlet's wife.
No, I don't think I have either. But I know he met her in Toronto and he stuck around.
Oh, he met her in Toronto. I thought you said. Yeah. I thought you meant like you met her in Toronto.
No.
That's why it got me thinking Phaneuf. I'm like, well, did you run into Alicia Cuthbert somewhere?
No, he met Caberlet met his wife while he was playing in Toronto, and they own a restaurant together. He is stuck around like in the area and whatever. And I think Antropov is the same thing. He met his wife and like he has stuck around in the area as well. I think Antropov works for the team actually, like skills development and stuff. That's right?
He tins visors.
Oh fuck yeah, okay.
So
there's only one guy on the team with a tinted visor. I'm pretty sure.
Well, he makes sure that visor's tinted.
Okay.
He does. He does do something with the team.
Yeah, he does. Anyway, shout out to Morgan Riley. That's a hell of a. I mean, he's been here forever, as long as I can remember. Like, well, he's never been anywhere else as long as he's played in the league.
Well, he was here. Like, speaking of, he was here during those shitty days.
He was right.
Like when they were bottom of the league, he was here.
Yeah. And he's been here through, the still kind of shitty days because it hasn't
gotten but they're top of the league
playoff.
In the regular season, and he's still here.
Anyway, his 500th point as a Leaf, making him 3rd all time as a defenseman, only behind Salming and Caberlet. That's it, man. We might as well bounce out of here. I got some other stuff, but we got a bunch more pods coming like this week, and like we'll be back after the Rangers game. So a lot more content, a lot more trade talk. We'll get into it on the next couple podcasts.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks again for listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about the team, what should happen. If you want to follow us on YouTube, you can find us at the Tip In Maple Leaf Podcast. That's the same for Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter or X. You can find us at Tip In Pod, a TikTok Tip In Podcast. And you can email us what you think of the team and all your rants and all that. Tip In Podcast, the Tip In Podcast at gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
We will.
Hey guys, in the Big Apple for a tilt with the Rangers on Friday before back-to-back on Sunday and Monday. No Saturday night game this weekend. Rare Saturday off. So we'll see. But a little afternoon delight, Chad. In Pittsburgh on Sunday afternoon, there will be no pulling out of the afternoon delight. So we'll see. Visiting our old buddy Doobie Doo on Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock start on Sunday. Do not love that. But little afternoon delight. Don't mind it every now and then, right? No pulling out. No pulling out, right?
Sorry, I was muted. No.
I know. I was waiting for you to be like, right.
No, right. Honestly, like afternoon delights, you never pull out on an afternoon delight.
No way.
Because you don't want to make a mess. You got somewhere to go after. You got to get dressed and go.
100%. A lickety split. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you later.
You're listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dave.